Hello everyone, this is HuskyStarcraft here, back with some more StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm action. And this is actually kind of a dream team going on here. ABomB, one of my favorite players from Heart of the Swarm, down in the bottom left side. He's going to be our red Protoss. I don't even know what his little icon is. It looks like some sort of weird Protoss face or something. And down the bottom right side, just rocking the old school Protoss logo, it is going to be Grubby. So it is going to be a PvP between two of my favorite players. ABomB, I would say right now, is my newest up-and-coming player to watch. He's been playing a lot of Heart of the Swarm. He's been uploading a lot of replays. Good on him, because his games are a lot of fun. Grubby, of course, is one of my favorite old-school players, which I always found it interesting about Grubby is that he never played Brood War, but he did play Warcraft 3. Remember, Warcraft 3 is a very, very micro-intensive RTS, a lot less focus on the macro. Now, you could say, yes, you know, you have to know when to expand and all that, but you just make so few workers in that game, and your resources last so long that it's more about the micromanagement of your heroes and the spells. So a lot of times you will see Grubby kind of revert to his kind of roots, where he's relying on micro and relying on the unit spells, which I think is actually going to benefit him as Heart of the Swarm gets closer and closer, because those units just have more and more abilities. That's something that Blizzard has been pretty consistent about, is adding in more and more activated abilities. So, you know, if he can micro it's the healing wards and the chain lightning of the orcs, then he can handle a few new abilities for the Protoss. ABomB, I just like watching because his builds are very inventive. He's trying to figure out cool new ways to use the units. And it's players like this who I feel kind of shift the metagame much more quickly than, say, some players who are going to open up with Stalkers and then transition into Colossi and then transition into more Colossi. Like, those are the players who are just going to be playing it pretty standard and, you know, kind of safe. But ABomB, he's like, you know what? I don't want to play safe. I want to play some fun. Looks like ABomB saying no luck for me. One thing about this map I want to mention is that it's one of those weird maps where you can only spawn in one of two locations. It looks like it could be a 4-player map, but it's not. Don't be fooled. As you can see, the unit pathing right here on the minimap is definitely kind of interesting on how you actually get to your opponent's base. But, you know, you spawn in the bottom right, bottom left only, and that does mean that usually when you're expanding, it's kind of away from your opponent. I mean, yes, your natural right here is technically closer, your third base as well, but if it gets into the late game, you're actually expanding away from your opponent, which is pretty rare in a lot of maps. So sometimes the fourth bases will be kind of more towards the center. Whereas this one, they are on the outer edges. It does look like ABomB Zealot right here going to be chasing down this probe. But remember, Zealots move mighty, mighty slow. It's going to be pretty difficult to actually catch up to that probe unless Grubby, for some reason, slips on his micro. But he's probably going to keep this worker alive for a very, very long time. We are going to be having the Mothership Core on the way here right away for ABomB, actually, deciding to go for that. We also have a follow-up here with our Grubby getting his own early, where ABomB, excuse me, is getting his super early. But this is going to give him a little more energy. He could potentially try to harass with that, but you got to remember that Mothership Cores right there, you can see they do count as an armored unit. Now what that means is that just the first couple of Stalkers can really take out the Mothership Core no problem. One thing I noticed while I was playing ladder is the Mothership Core has a new shooting animation. It no longer shoots ping pong balls at you. It actually shoots something that is at least a little bit terrifying. I feel like this Mothership Core is larger. I'm probably tripping, but I just feel like it's larger than it used to be. We are going to be having a Mothership Core high five through the center. How do you high five when you have no arms? I don't know, but the Protoss have figured it out, and actually it's not going to be a high five just yet. He's going to go ahead and return back on home as ABomB decided to go for a Nexus right now. So he's going to be going for an early expand. Now remember the golden rule of Protoss, whoever expands first ends up losing, which is not actually a golden rule. It's just, it seems like in this matchup, it's one of the most difficult matchups to actually expand in. And we'll see if ABomB can actually manage to pull that off as he does chase out that first Stalker right there. Now, you can see Blink is on the way for Grubby, so he's definitely up to some sort of shenanigans here. It does look like his Mothership Core here, though, taking a lot of damage. Might actually have to mass recall out of here. Doesn't even have enough energy to do that. And it's is it still called mass recall or just recall? It is called mass recall. It will grab all units underneath and take them back home. But taking a lot of damage on the Mothership Core right away is not a good situation to be in. Oh, Grubby, You sneaky devil, you. He's actually going to be doing a proxy here. So what he's going to be doing is actually using the Purify ability on the Nexus to turn it into a giant cannon. It should reach to about right here. This is highly unlikely to be scouted by ABomB. You can see that Grubby's going to be distracting him with the probe here. Is this actually going to work this early in the game? I think we saw White Rod do this, or no, White Rod defend against this, but it doesn't look like right there. There's the Purify on ABomb's base, able to take out one of those Stalkers. But guess what? This Mothership Core has got quite a lot of energy on it. We do have a Dark Shrine on the way for Grubby as well. The Mothership right here not going to be able to use that Purify ability again for quite some time, but you can see it does last for a little bit here as it does sit there spinning for a little while. And at this point, does ABomB know about the Nexus? No, he does not. I mean, why would he have a reason to scout down there? Oh, no, he does! He does know about the Nexus. All of a sudden, ABomb's not going to be too happy about this. He might actually decide to attack right away once the Immortal's done, but there's the blink inside the main base, and it is completely undefended as the, it looks like a pylon might go down. Grubby deciding to go for the supply as opposed to the worker count. Can't say I blame him, as ABomb's going to be hovering a lot of money here because he's not going to have the pylons to build any units. And the Mothership Core right there is out of position. The Stalkers could kill it off if he's not careful. And if he does end up losing that, that would be huge, huge losses for him. But Grubby mass recalls away, probably just down here. Yes, he does. And does he have enough energy for the Purify? Not quite yet. Grubby going to focus here, trying to do a lot of damage with his Proxy Nexus. Not something we've seen utilized that often, only once so far. And does ABomB have enough to break down here? He might actually, although no, the Blink Stalkers in the main base forcing the transfer away once again. The Mothership Core here does not have enough energy for another mass recall, but the Immortal is going to be doing lots of damage. The Mothership Core does go down as Grubby blinks to the left side now. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted by the new Stalker death animation because they added death animations to basically everything. Blinks on the low ground as well. Oh, God, this is so painful. This is like me playing versus a pro-level player because, seriously, dealing with this with just Immortal Sentry is, like, painfully painful. That's how painful it is. But the Immortals, if they can engage in a straight-on battle, will end up winning. The DTs, though, going to be taking out the Sentries first, deciding to run inside the main base. There's the Observer going to be on the way. ABomB trying to play catch-up here. Yes, he is behind in workers, but I guess Grubby actually deciding to mine right there. So Grubby just adding insult to injury as he has expanded right outside that base. And there's the Observer coming out. Look at that, using the detection ability on the Mothership Core. Gonna be able to take that out. Those probes going straight back to work. ABomb's trying to multitask here as best he can, but he's got to run from not only Blink Stalkers, which he can't really run from, but also DTs taking out his pylon. And ABomb saying, I'm not too happy about this game. The Proxy Nexus right there proving to be too much in one of the shortest games I've seen. I gotta say, I feel bad for watching ABomB lose to that, but at the same time, we know ABomB would do the exact same thing if given the chance. Now, an interesting thing that I'm kind of curious about is exactly how far this would reach should he have activated it, because I think he would have been able to hit up on the high ground as well. And this is something that I think Grubby has done a couple of times on his stream so far. So definitely keep an eye out for something crazy like this. Although I do want to say that he wasn't actually completely out of this game just yet. I think he actually ended up leaving a little bit early. Yes, I know he was behind in the workers. Yes, I know the DTs were about to supply block him. But in all honesty, let's take a look at the units tab here. It is 2 DTs and 6 Stalkers. This army right here could have actually killed off these 2 DTs and been able to attack these probes from the high ground. And yes, he would have had Purify, yada yada. Or was there still a Mothership Core? Yes, it was way over here, though, with not enough energy just yet. So he could have actually killed off this base. At least a couple of the workers here. You can see the Stalker up here would be in range, which I can't say that I blame him for leaving, though, because I have a feeling that if there was a Proxy Nexus outside of my base and I had no way of killing it right away, I would probably just leave the game as well, because Proxy Nexus never used to be that good, but all of a sudden they can shoot giant laser beams at your face, which is never going to be a comfortable situation. So definitely keep an eye out for this. I wanted to show this game, guys, because even though the game was silly, this right here is a serious threat to your safety. So watch out for this unit being set up outside your base. This building can be very good. They're a little bit more terrifying than even a planetary fortress because they don't need an SCV to build it. Once the warp in begins, there's just a Purify around the corner. So anyways, sorry I cast this one ABomB. You know I love you, but I also love Grubby and I love proxy building. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.